Quilting on a Budget. I've been working on these hexagons. In my last video, I showed you how I went about doing it. There was 2 different ways that I do it, depending on my mood. Either the flat back stitch or just the regular back-to-back loop stitching. But anyways, either one is good. You just got to remember to keep that tension right. Make sure you got the right tension. And that way on the front, you're not going to see the stitching. I guarantee it. Take it slow, and it'll come out beautiful. So here we go. I'll show you a little clip of what I've been doing.
For 2021, and so we've had our first...
Oh wow, our first snow. Take a look. Look at everyone. Our first snowfall. Nothing sticking.
Nice. Okay, so Gabe,
trees are losing their leaves. Gotta put the garbage cans back. But look at the sky. Ooh.
That's how you know it's snowing, guys.
Yeah.
That's the finish line right there. If you go
It's all white.
this other way, this is even longer than going all through the upstairs.
I mean, like, you guys can see it.
It'll be pretty once it starts sticking.
Just think about it. It's something we all got to think about which path we're going to go.
But they were saying we're supposed to get some rain.
17 spaces going this way, 53 spaces if you go this way.
I just wanted to show you different forms, different ways other people have done their hexes and how they turned it into a quilt and the different patterns that they use. They're so beautiful. So here we go. I'm just trying to finish up some of these hexes. I'm gonna go 4 lengthwise and 3 down and width because I don't want the placemats to be too big, but I'm only gonna make 2 placemats because we have a little round table and we don't want too many placemats to be on top of each other. And let's get started. I'm making the next flowers. Putting the hexes together so I can start stitching them. This isn't that long of a project. It doesn't take that long. For me it does because I have other things that I have to do throughout the day. With my daughter going to school and everything, so I have my grandkids. Pick up one of my grandkids from school. Take care of the baby. He just turned 2 in October. So he's full of energy. That's work throughout the day with him. He has you running after him like crazy. He's always into something. He's always doing something and tormenting the dog upstairs. But then again, he'll stand there and feed him. this is going to be, for this one, this flower, this is going to be the center, and these are going to be the petals. I just want it a different variety, but bright. Make the house cheery, but it'll be nice. It'll go like that. This one, it's a lighter blue with the center. I think it's nice. This one, it's got the light pink, but it's a fairly soft pink. And I have this one. This is a bright pink, almost like a hot pink. You can't really see it in the video. With those stars, blue stars, white background. And this, I love this one. I just love this. This was my first one. I love this fabric. I don't remember what I bought this fabric. I know it had to do with my youngest daughter when I was making her clothing. And I used it for something, maybe a dress or something. I don't know. Summer dress. But I think it's so pretty. I wish I could get some more of this somewhere. And the texture of this fabric is so nice, so soft. I just love it. Let's get back to work. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's in the best of health. Hope everything's going fantastic for you all. Happiness, the secret of long life. In my opinion. Excuse me. Got another petal done. Start on another one. And now there's 6 petals that go around and make the flower. Anybody that's not into hexes, y'all need to get into it because I love them. You can do so much with them. So much. Now I'm going to thread my needle. You can do all kinds of things. The hair's a little dry down here. Sorry about that. This video is going to be a little long. But to me it's a little interesting. I need more people viewing my videos. Sorry about that. Today's a little sad day. A week ago, Thursday, my grandson's grandpa that passed away. My son-in-law's dad passed away in his sleep, and yesterday was the wake. This morning is the funeral. My son-in-law's niece was by the casket saying, "Grandpa looks like he's sleeping. Why is he sleeping?" And she was trying to tell him to wake up. Really sad. My daughter said it was really sad. But everybody has to comfort themselves in knowing that when somebody passes, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing when they've lived their life, full life. God takes them and they live with the angels. There's no more grief, no more sadness, no more pain. And it's a good thing. It's a bad thing because you're going to miss them. But one day, everybody will be together. Yeah. Make these 6 petals. My thread got caught on the needle. Oh my goodness. There you go. There. I just knot each by each corner to hold the fabric down around the template. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it. Got 6 corners. So what are everybody working on? What's their favorite quilting or patterns? What do you like to do? Do you like to do a variety? Do you like to make art quilts? No, I'm into art quilts. I love to do art quilts. I have one behind me that I've been working on for the last, probably 3 years. And it's far from finished, but I love it. It has my daughter's dog, which technically it was my dog, Bella. A neighbor in Michigan had asked me if I wanted her. They were moving, they couldn't take her with. They had another Chihuahua. And I was like, well, let me see her. She was little. And she was so friendly and so sweet. I'm like, yes, I'll take her. My daughter was so happy. But mind you, I had 3 other dogs at home. I had my Daisy, which was a Lab and Chow mix. Then I had my Duke. Daisy I bought at a puppy store on the north side of Chicago. And the reason why I bought her was we went in there to see the puppies and asked the guy, well, let me see that puppy. And of course, he took the puppy out of the cage. It was her and her brother. They were laying on top of each other. So sweet. And when he put her in my arms, she just nuzzled by my neck. And I'm like, oh, sold. She's sold. So I did the paperwork on that and took her home. And when we were driving with her in the car, I had a friend sit in the back so she can hold her. But she didn't want to be held. She climbed up in the back window and just laid there the whole time. And I had a distance to drive. So, brought her home and I'm like, what should we name her? What should I name her? Couldn't think of anything. And Daisy popped in my head. And I'm like, Daisy's her name. That fits her. So Daisy was her name. So as she was getting older, she was still a puppy. Oh boy, she was something. She ate my couch. She was tearing things up. But she turned out to be a very good dog. She was a sweetheart. She was my dog. Her job, she thought, was to protect me, even against the family. Nobody could walk in my room. She used to lay at the foot of my bed and watch the doorway. Nobody dared to walk through that doorway while I'm in bed. So, along the way, I have this old-time friend where she was living in Chicago. There was a guy that lived next door that was affiliated with a gang. And I found out that the pit bull that he had in his care, they were abusing him. And he kept him in the yard with another pit bull, but this other pit bull was big, huge, and mean. So this dog, he was getting really skinny, and he was made to lay on concrete, and no love, no caring for this dog. So I told him one day, I said, I'll take this dog if you don't want him. And he's like, take him. So I did. So I walked him all the way home, got him to my house. And I had a hard time trying to get him through the doorway. He just didn't want to go through the doorway. So finally I coaxed him into going through the door. And at that time, my father had passed away. So his recliner that he sat in all the time, which most likely smelled like him, was in the front room. So this dog jumped from each piece of furniture, deciding where he wanted to park himself, and he ended up jumping in my dad's recliner, and that's where he stood. And Daisy, next day I had to go to the store and buy more dog food because I had given her the last bowl. And she turned around, she ended up giving him her last bowl of food. I thought that was so sweet. You couldn't separate them from that day on. They are inseparable. So I had bought my house in Michigan. I decided to move to Michigan because my son was in things that he shouldn't be in, and I wanted to get him out. He was only 16 at the time. So I bought my house in Michigan, took the two dogs, and they ended up getting together. Somebody let them together. When she was in her mothering stage. And she ended up having a litter of puppies. Oh, they were so beautiful. But I couldn't keep them. So I ended up finding somebody that had lost their dog that they loved dearly. The police out there, I guess, came on their property and ended up shooting his dog. There was no reason for them to shoot his dog. They just shot him. And he was looking to get another pit bull. And see, these puppies weren't full-blooded pit, but they had pit in them. But they were beautiful. And he decided to take all the puppies. There was 6 puppies. And he took them all. He kept 2 of them, and he found good homes for the rest of them. Then the following year or 2, can't remember, she ended up having another litter. And these puppies came out a little different. But I found mine. He was the biggest, he was the fattest, oh, he was such a sweetie. But they ended up having parvo. So I lost all of them except one, which I ended up keeping. I was able to save her By the way, if you end up having a litter of puppies and they start getting sick and you know they have parvo, the best thing to give them, and you may have to give it to them through a dropper, is Pedialyte, what people give for their babies when they're sick. And that rehydrates them, because parvo, it dehydrates them, and that's what they... So I kept her. So when we got this Bella, all 3 dogs didn't like her. So my daughter was moving out, and I said, you're going to have to take her with you. So she did, and she kept her. So, like 3 years later, she came up to Chicago by us, and I decided to make an art quilt of Bella. And I ended up getting other ideas, adding other things to it. And it's been hanging on this wall for the last 2-3 years. I have to get to finishing it because my daughter is waiting on it. So that's it for today. I'll be coming out with another video, hopefully for the conclusion of the placemat. Until then, see you next time. Bye.